Hey everybody, Brandon, Senior Editor at Carryology here today, and I have a bag made with no plastic. This is a bag made by Swiss brand QWSTION. They're one of our favorite bag brands around. They really focus on sustainability and renewability, and you might be thinking to yourself, okay, a bag with no plastic, so what? My bags are made of fabrics, textiles, but a lot of people don't realize that all of your bags, almost all of them, almost every single bag behind me, if not all of them, it's all made with plastic. Nylon, plastic. Polyester, plastic. Most of your hardware, plastic. Zippers, plastic. That's all plastic, and this bag has zero plastic in it. So QWSTION set out to design a hip pack with other Swiss brand MOVER, who makes sportswear. And this is honestly one of the coolest, quirkiest little hip packs I've ever come across. So it looks weird, right? And it kind of is. So let's kind of dig into what this thing is made of if it's not plastic. So the front panel here, this little gray piece, that is QWSTION's banana tex fabric. That is made from 100% banana fiber, banana tree fiber, really. If you didn't know what this was, you would just think that it's another kind of textured nylon. It has a really nice hand fill, and you'd really never know. I like it a lot. They use this on a lot of their bags. Right behind that, this yellow section of the bag, this is cotton. It's a really lightweight ripstop cotton. And on the back side, you have 100% merino wool felt. This is super comfortable. I really like it. The banana tex, as well as the cotton, does have a DWR on it, but it is a wax-based DWR. And all of the hardware on this bag is metal. There's no tri-glides. They've sort of made tri-glides with these metal D-rings. The roll top is closed with a metal G-hook. And on the inside, there is a zipper pocket with a metal YKK zipper. So now that we've opened this up, let's kind of dig into how you organize this thing. So the front of the bag, as you've kind of seen, has this little banana tex flap. This is where you would stash a jacket or any bulky item that you didn't want on the inside of the pack. Maybe it's a wet jacket. Once I actually stashed my Peak Design tripod in here. It worked really well. Behind that, without opening the roll top, you have access to a little slip pocket here. This is often where I would keep my phone. I've used this bag for biking and hiking. I thought it worked well for both. I never once felt like my phone was going to hop out of here or anything, mostly because of the flap over the front. And kind of like I already showed you, there is this metal zipper compartment here. Because it's a metal zipper, I will say you should be careful with your electronics. If you have your phone in here, make sure the screen is not facing the zipper. And it's also why I don't recommend putting your phone inside this metal zipper compartment. So this is where I would keep like tools or my keys and my wallet. There is a metal little spring hook in here, and there's a couple more of those focused around the bag. And this roll top is really kind of massive. I've been able to fit a lot of stuff in here that I didn't expect, and I'm going to show you as we go through this. So right now, I have our Garage Built Gear collab pouch in here. Obviously fits super easy, and there is plenty of room in here. As you can see, the roll top is kind of maybe about 6 inches above the top of the bag. And if I just do one roll, there is still enough room with the flap to get over and really just have this thing stuffed full, if that makes sense. So if you wanted to keep your jacket or anything else inside the bag, you could even keep a layer in there. It's really great, and it cinches down really nicely. I'm going to kind of show you what I was able to fit in this bag, and I think you might be a little surprised. So some common pouches. We have a Cap 1 from Evergoods. Easily fits in there. I could stuff the Garage Built Gear pouch in there and still have all this room at the top to stuff more stuff. More stuff. Let's take those out. This is our Bellroy Essentials tech pouch. Again, easily fits in there. And I could continue to put the Garage Built Gear pouch back in there as well. Still plenty of room. And one thing that surprised me the most, and I only just tried this for the sake of this video, is the Cap 2 fits. It has to go in sideways, but there's still even more room at the top. There's a little G-hook at the top there, and you just kind of cinch that down. So that's it with a Cap 2 in there. Fits pretty well. I carry a compact camera kit in a Cap 2, and I haven't tried it in here yet, but this makes me think that this could kind of be a cool camera hip pack if you're stuffing your camera gear in the Cap 2. Let's talk about this closure for a second. So it's real nice and easy to cinch this and loosen it while it's on your body, because it goes up and towards your body. This is also why it might be a little annoying. Not problematic, just could be annoying, is often when I was putting this on, the strap would kind of fall where the hip pad is, and it would sit behind my back and be a little annoying. I would just have to pull it out. But it was a little interesting getting used to kind of pulling towards my body, up and towards my body to cinch down the roll top. One thing I bet you haven't even noticed yet is there are bottle pockets on this, which it took me a couple minutes of playing around with this to even find them, because they are hidden so well. I'm gonna take the Cap 2 out of this, just so it's easier to stuff the bottle pockets in there, because they're not very big. You're not gonna fit an Nalgene in them or anything before anybody asks. Let's get that back down. It's more designed for these smaller bottle, like a bike bottle. And there are these other D-rings on the side here that you can kind of pull to both pull the pack into your hips on either side, and also to make room for the bottle pockets. So the entrance to them is a bit small, but there is a fair amount of room in there if you're using it as a stash pocket instead of a bottle pocket, and there are little spring hooks in both sides, just to kind of show you how that looks. So this works pretty well. This is how I was running it when I was hiking with it. I think it works great. It's not gonna fit a bottle much bigger than this. This is kind of maxed out. You might be able to fit like a smart water bottle in there too. But there is room on both sides. You can kind of see how I cinched that down there. So it's really not going anywhere. It's nice and secure. Once ski season comes around, I'm definitely gonna be skiing with this pack as well. It kind of keeps the bottles at a nice angle too, so it's easy for you to grab them. Onto the human interfacing side, you have 2 points of adjustment. Well, really, the first point of adjustment is on either side. This is what really pulls the hip pack into your waist. And if you loosen these, you might even feel the hip pack kind of pulling away from you a little bit. On the front of you, there is, the double D-ring setup like we have everywhere else in the bag. And this is where you pull to really cinch it around your waist. This uses a metal buckle, kind of like a military buckle. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I understand why it's used here. The only reason I don't like these is because you have to relieve some pressure on the belt to enable to disengage it. Because if this is pulling, you'll almost never disengage this. And if there's an emergency or something, or you get stuck, like a side release buckle, I just want to be able to really pop it off quickly. It's also a little finicky too, but not a huge problem. But just something I didn't love about about putting this on and taking it off. So that's kind of all there really is to it. Kind of show you this sitting in the little front tail there. That's all there is to it. I know this is actually a relatively complex sling. There's a lot going on. It's really cool. I like what Question and MOVER are doing with this hip pack. This is actually going to be a limited release as of this time. I believe they're only making 100 of these. They are all made to order, and they are shipping, I believe, in November. I believe the price is about $230 US. It's a little steep, but this is a really cool pack, and they are doing some really cool things. And I really don't think you're gonna find anything else like this in the market. So if you're interested in this, go check out the Question and MOVER hip pack. Thanks, guys.